Ati for makwa baba de Likee TV Be sese ne number channel so hit adoman subscribe or like share ma wona pense mi be tie so nya be tie jembre ne adaje mumru nsem num Naana Opoku Agyemang ati for enanu nsem ode to dwa sa de nsem foforo asa abetutu dwa ni nyina ye Mahama economy 24-hour economy na asem here ode eto dwa in terms of women empowerment, economic growth in communities. Ena nsem mame no eboaboa no a wode to dwa na nsem no ehin ne si ehin fa na mame ko deliver speech no na atiefo report no metimo nsem kakra ache mo se the running mate for National Democratic Congress NDC in the upcoming 2024 general election. Professor Naana Opoku Agyemang has emphasized the prospect of the NDC proposed 24-hour economy policy on Ghana's economy and rural development. According to her, the 24-hour economy will empower women and drive economic growth in communities. Touching on the policy intention while speaking on the theme, inspiring social and economic inclusion, women thriving in the 24-hour economy, Professor Naana Opoku Agyemang noted that aside the 24-hour economy for women, there are many other women targeted policies in the policy intention that will be made public when the NDC manifesto is officially launched. The good thing about this economic revolution is that Ghanaian women have been deliberately factored and included in the policy. We do not have any option but to adapt quickly to help keep our young men and women employed. It is for this reason that John Dramani Mahama and NDC are prepared to safeguard the women's safety and encourage gender-friendly labor regulation and work environment to support us to thrive in 24-hour economy, she stated. Na ati for hwe na no Opoku Agyemang nsem odi to dwe ya tun so mu vision towards Ghanaians no ye ni nyina ye kwan ombefa so ama enwuma aba mabunu in terms of young women young men no ama so enye bia no to aso de nsem foforo to dwa. She explained this lie that the NDC government promises to give an ultra modern first leg to all our project market as active enablers for an efficient 24-hour economy. She lamented that the current socio-economic situation of Ghana continues to expose women to inclusion, discrimination, gender-based violence, and harassment in the economy, which has been deliberately redesigned by those currently in charge to serve their selfish interests, while at the same time working against our collective aspiration and welfare. Na Opoku Agyemang wi nsem na tiefo nkofo bobo nsem nim na nsem ebeto dwa yemumram na yentie nsem no abla no omo so edibi atodwa yeba de ka ho no yeba dum.
NDC prioritizes education, the NDC values education, the NDC respects education, and the NDC is committed to making education better, to the point that they have even selected a vice president whose major focus is the education sector. So in that respect, the nomination of Professor Opoku Agyemang is in the right direction, and people will be expecting her to change the face of education in Ghana.
I see. But mama no unim kakra as an educationist unim kakra na unim na unim wakwan ben so the credentials of the good job babia wa ye adwuma na ye kita no unim kakra.
Yes, definitely. As somebody may interest and may research focus in our year into the education sector. No? Of course, I have seen her, observed her, followed her closely, right from the time she was teaching at the University of Cape Coast to becoming the head of English department, rising to the dean of the art faculty, to the vice chancellor, and to the Ministry of Education. And of course, over the years, so she brings some strong qualities to the table. Let's look at some of these qualities. Number one, a scandal. The woman, all this period, has been able to carry herself so well that you can't find a single scandal or controversy around her. And that is one of the important qualities Ghanaians will be looking out for going into the next elections. the current education ministry, there's a lot of fraud, there's a lot of scandal, there's a lot of thievery going on in the sector. Let me give you one of them. How can a whole education minister, Dr. Yao Edukum, go to parliament and tell parliamentarians, in other words, tell Ghanaians, that he has used 68.5 billion cedis to print past questions? No, make photocopies of past questions.
That's 68.5 million Ghana cedis.
Yes.
So in terms, we are talking about 680 billion cedis.
Yes.
Or they are printed photocopies of past questions. Yeah.
Yes. Look at this amount of money. This money can build a lot of schools. This money can change, can introduce curriculum to the basic schools. It can bring textbooks to the basic schools. He chose to ignore all of them and use this money to print or photocopy past questions. That is number one. Number two, at a point, all Ghanaian teachers at the basic and senior high school levels were deducted money. Say you did the laptop and you did the laptop.
Yeah.
As I talk to you right now, almost half of this number of teachers have not received the laptop. In fact, those who have also received it in class, some of them what they are saying because laptop is never passed. Okay, but over time, under Professor Opoku Agyemang, she distributed laptops to teachers for free. Even at that time, teachers were complaining the laptops were not of quality, but it was for free, complete free. If you know, the way Professor Opoku Agyemang carrying them when she was in position, you get to realize not only this kind of rough there was no scandal about her. That is number one. Number two, she avoids controversy. So as I talk to you right now, there's no single controversy about the woman. In other words, so Gina platform or Kasa, she uses very decent language. She avoids language that any controversy, about unnecessary tension, she avoids all those things. In fact, as we talk right now, this woman has held a lot of sensitive positions to the level of vice chancellor position. But as I talk to you right now, we still don't have any single controversial thing against her name. These are qualities that she brings to the table. Or at least for those of us who have observed her closely and who have watched her over the period, these are qualities we believe at the political landscape in the country. Because we are not expecting a lot of controversy. We are not expecting people who can waste a lot of money over unnecessary things. The next one is honesty and integrity. The woman has a lot of honesty. You can question her about so many things. You can choose to argue with her. You can even choose not to believe some of the things she says. But the truth is that you can never say she has lied before. In fact, of all the controversies around, even the MPP cannot say this thing the woman said she was lying, or this thing the woman said she was lying. So lying is out. Meanwhile, you and I would agree that Baumia as vice president, there are so many things he has lied about. There are so many things that Ghanaians were expecting him to come and deliver. He has not delivered to that expectation or to that level. So the woman comes to the table with a lot of truthfulness. So I don't know, one or the catch or say one, and you two or the catch or say you two. On the Yakukwasa, on the data. And as I said, going into the next elections, these are the qualities Ghanaians are looking out for. Honesty, truthfulness, no scandals, no controversies. Somebody who will be honest with Ghanaians, who will tell them the truth that if there's one city in our coffers, it is 1 cedi. So Ghanaians, if they are member and vice president,
for Oshe agenda sir NDC for implement here. Well, Obin can say because if you are to compare the era of GM and Nanado government, you can see massive disparities. But all the same, the 2024 election, any bit determine how things will go.
100 Ghana and other office, 100 Ghana as vice president, the medical school, Edema village, and after the person maybe Echo school for this district. That is how the woman is. She tells you what she has, she tells you what she wants to do with it, and then every Ghanaian can follow what she is doing. But the current regime, you don't really know what they are doing. Today they are doing this, the next day they are doing this. Today they will tell you we are going to build a cathedral, they won't build it. The next day they will come and tell you we are going to build one agenda, 111. They won't build a single hospital. Just say lies upon lies upon lies upon lies upon lies. But Professor Agyemang's regime comes with a lot of truthfulness. She will tell you exactly what is happening and what is going on, and then encourage you or bring you on board, bring you the citizen, bring you the Ghanaian on board for you to know what exactly is going on, what is happening, and the project that she intends to do. And that, to me, is one of the important factors that Ghanaians will be looking out for in the next election. Okay,
in a minute, Yanti Winston Fio tells us some guests I Crado El Hanum. Now, Adeba Kwa Mepese so far, Nidime Tuja Ocean newspapers buy on Friday and then Monday. You be out this scandal be a bono. President Mahama in one of Ninkasa Eremikwaka said Professor Jenano Opoku Agyemang a year. One person abrana or a minister no you need not to even instruct her say ye a ana ye bia na ye si asa ono no onim ne oye enti any time bia no ono kra ye niema in advance kra na odwene ho ana wonti ase. But the critics are started coming out with say oh the time kra no ye nya chalk nim say what bia na ye schools ni nya chalk krampo emfa HS event teachers nya chalk emfa nchira de the time Ebano teachers and nursing trainee allowances are and the time any chemu sansem young crofona start your raise bano as educationist any baby otie future no ohun saying.
Of course. So let's get Ghanaians to understand certain things clearly. Number one is that during her time, and I convert teacher training colleges into universities. In fact, any teacher training colleges in for the technicals or the technical universities. In Tina, many were very huge vision. Say, baby, no, we will make sure that all these tertiary institutions now be full-fledged universities that want to have a degree and not offer degree programs. So, teachers will no longer have to do a diploma program, later come and get a steady leave and leave the classroom, go to the university. Those things were distracting the education system. To her, in young convert all colleges of education into universities. So that teacher need university now or limited or offer a degree program or a certificate program and then one or the other. In that regard, the argument was that if that's what we are going to do, and the quota system now the back training college I are applying the instruction the college for training college after Fanipa 300 commander training college after Fanipa 150 Ola College of Education after Fanipa 200 because I'm completely between Yamo Malawa. No, the woman thought that no, let's remove that enrollment cap now, the two colleges and also because Emma, after the students need protocol and now students need connection on to be called training college because I buying at say nipa 200, nipa 150, nipa 250 na dia colleges no. And the woman thought that no, let's remove that enrollment cap so that the colleges can now take about 1,000 people, 2,000 people, 3,000 people, depending on their capacity. They can take as many as they can. So in that case, let's remove that cap. And going to remove enrollment limit now, and that's also meant that paying of allowance will no longer become an important factor again, because our allowance means now by us colleges they should employ or they should admit 200 students, 150 students, and all that. In the time, now colleges the whole Ghana colleges they were offer teachers and year form together, students and year form together. They were just about 9,000. All the colleges in Ghana put together, they were just about 9,000. But because she came to remove that enrollment limit, it shot up to about 15,000. And so that was the professor's argument at the time. Said, no, we need more teachers. Let's change so many teachers in the system, because schools are lacking teachers. Young colleges, now to me far the paddle draw and will train the teachers and more. And because of that, it made the payment of the allowance a secondary subject. She was looking at getting more human resource, getting more teachers into the various basic school system. But of course, Ghanaians did not understand her from that angle, and voted for this current government. What do we see? Now, what we see is that if you don't have a protocol, you cannot go to training college. If you don't have a strong, because on that college, what in NIPA 150, teachers now on an principal the protocol. If you are on the protocol, if you are minister, the protocol or whatever. One sabi what to say me, which connection you cannot be a teacher. At the time, Professor Naana thought that no, that should not happen. We only be we shouldn't disturb her or we shouldn't disturb him with protocol. Young men, not be able to young training more teachers. Now you found filling the various empty vacancies and what the basic school system. Ghanaians didn't understand it, or let me say the communicators couldn't explain it well. It is the opponent, the key, a whole political capital out of it, that we have cancelled the teacher training allowances and all that. Now they have the allowance, and I tell you that the whole of last year, they received the allowance just about twice. The whole of this year, they have not received the allowance. Into this current government, the current argument that he has restored the allowance.
I see. In fact, over the weekend, many nurses phone me in command. They are telling me that we are going to vote against the NPP government because your co school, your RTF, a car come and I raise a woman in your Sam Ketua. And Oma who say, and Kada student loan platform na that time 2016 na John Mahama. And then now buying person or movie on that platform, no.
Edamasi Samo Jebro Daily Update TV, best a comment section where more the notification bell no click so. Say drop in the latest news on Sa Ebekambi. Edamasi Akroma.